zymogen form. It's called chymotrypsinogen. And we're not showing all the formal secondary structure and tertiary structure of this enzyme. We've just drawn it out as a long linear polypeptide, which has initially 245 amino acids in it. No catalytic activity to this pro-enzyme form. This is chymotrypsinogen. It's activated by another enzyme, trypsin, which comes in here and makes a cut. It cuts between amino acid 15 and 16. It cuts after arginine 15. You might recall from last time that trypsin likes to cut after basic amino acids like arginine and lysine. So it recognizes a positive charge there on the arginine, makes a cut right after that. And this has some activity. It's called the pi form of chymotrypsin. This has enough activity that different ones can go around activating each other further. Like this one might be activated by another pi chymotrypsin next door. It comes in and cuts out this part at 147 and 148. This dipeptide is cleaved out and cuts here at 13, between 13 and 14, so this dipeptide goes away. You're left with three fragments, three polypeptide fragments. And this is the active form of chymotrypsin. You might wonder, you just cut it in three parts, how could it even function? Notice these gold lines. These are meant to represent disulfide bonds. So they're covalent bonds formed in the precursor that allow you to trim away parts, and it still is linked physically together with covalent bonds. But this is the activated form. Once you do that, there's no going back to the inactive form. So it's a kind of activation, but it's very dramatic, one-time, irreversible activation. But it is a kind of regulation. You can store up tons of this stuff, and it's not going to digest the cell it's stored in because it's inactive. You secrete it, it becomes activated. Another place where you see zymogens, classic cases in blood clotting. So we have inactive fibers called fibrinogen that, when you clip them, form a fibrin, which forms a network, a physical network that keeps blood from escaping out of the cut. So this is like the patch that's thrown over a cut on a capillary. To activate it, you must cut it. You need a protease to do that cutting. This is not active all the time. We store in our serum an inactive precursor form, prothrombin, and there turns out to be this cascade of proteases above that. So when an damaged tissue starts signaling upstream of that, things get clipped that activate them. So thrombin is activated by this factor X, which is activated by factor 9, which is activated by factor 6. These are all events where the factor is activated by clipping it from a zymogen form to an active form. Once active, it works on other proteins. It's like an amplification cascade designed to create thrombin, which will do the creation of the cross-linker form. In people with hemophilia, I forget which one it is, like the Russian czars had some genetic defect that they were missing one of these factors. And without that, you can't do the activation process, and fibrin is never formed, and you tend to bleed out with the smallest of cuts. Okay, so that's zymogen activation.